All right, that is, of course, our focus for this morning. The 1976 student uprising commentators described the event of that day as the tipping point in the struggle for liberation. The uprising began in Soweto and spread to other parts that changed the socio-political landscape of the country. Titus Mafolo was part of the uprising that took place in Pretoria, and he now joins us this morning. A very good morning to you, Mr. Mafolo, and welcome to Morning Live.
Very good morning to you, and good morning to the viewers.
Can you just share your memories of what happened 40 years ago?
Well, you know, on June 16, we in the Tshwane area were also taken by surprise, as well as a lot of people throughout the country. But then we decided on the 21st of June to show solidarity with our peers in Soweto, and we embarked on massive protests throughout the areas in Tshwane, Mamelodi, Uprising, and so on. And since then, we unleashed an unprecedented, unrelenting momentum of struggle that actually culminated in our freedom in 1994. What is very, very important for us is that it produced a core of activists and thousands of foot soldiers who really sacrificed their lives, who sacrificed their youth for us to be free today. So for us, this day is a very important day for us.
How did you receive the news of what was happening in Soweto, and how did you guys organize yourselves in Pretoria?
Well, in fact, we were writing half-yearly exams in Uprising at Hofmeyer High. And that day later, we then got the news that our peers in Soweto have struck against the imposition of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Then I was at Matric at that time. Together with my colleagues, we then decided that we had to do something in solidarity with those of our peers in Soweto. So we organized, and then over the weekend, we then embarked on a massive mobilization of our students. And on a Monday thereafter, we then started our demonstrations. Thereafter, it was just a momentum that could not be stopped.
What do you think the youth of today can learn from that group of youths around South Africa of 1976?
I think one thing that they can learn from our generation is discipline in the struggle, the sense of purpose. We knew what we wanted. In fact, you can see that most of our people, the people that actually participated in that struggle, many of them are in government, in the army, in business, but because they knew, they had a sense of purpose. They knew what they wanted. They wanted freedom. And in fact, thousands, hundreds of them actually left the country. Hundreds of them were in jail. But we continued the struggle because we had one goal in mind, and that goal was freedom. And I think the youth of today can learn that having achieved freedom, what is very, very important today is education. Education and nothing else, because that will liberate all of us, particularly black people, from the scourge of poverty, from the unemployment, from the degradation that we find in the townships and villages. I think only education can actually extract us from from those problems.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much, Mr. Titus Mafolo, who was part of the 1976 student uprisings from the capital, from Pretoria. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right, it's time now for Morning Live to take a break. Palesa is out and about. She's in Soweto. We're going to be checking in with her after this.